Every time you eat, your body kicks off a tiny chemical chain reaction. But for over 400 million people worldwide, somewhere in that chain, something breaks. That condition is called diabetes, and not all diabetes is the same. Diabetes is a group of conditions where blood sugar or glucose rises too high and stays there. Too much sugar in the blood, over time, can damage blood vessels, nerves, and organs. There are two main chronic types, type 1 and type 2. There's also gestational diabetes, a temporary version that shows up during pregnancy, and prediabetes, a warning zone where blood sugar is high, but not high enough to be called diabetes yet. Here's how it's supposed to work. Carbs from food break down into glucose, which travels through your blood to reach your cells. But glucose can't just walk in, it needs a key. That key is insulin, a hormone made by beta cells inside the pancreas. Insulin binds to a receptor on the cell's surface, like a key turning a lock, and the door opens, letting glucose in for energy. In type 1 diabetes, the immune system makes a mistake. It attacks and destroys the beta cells that produce insulin. No beta cells means no key, so the locked doors on your cells never open. Glucose builds up in the blood with nowhere to go. Because their bodies can't make insulin anymore, people with type 1 need to take insulin for life. That's why it's called insulin-dependent diabetes. Type 2 diabetes tells a different story. The pancreas is still making insulin, sometimes even more than usual, but the cells stop responding properly. It's like the lock has gotten rusty. The key still exists, but it doesn't turn the way it should. This is called insulin resistance. Glucose is left circulating in the blood instead of being absorbed. Type 2 usually develops gradually, often after age 30. Genetics can raise your risk, but lifestyle matters a lot. Excess weight, inactivity, and a diet high in processed carbs are major contributors. In fact, type 2 makes up roughly 80 to 90% of all diabetes cases, making it by far the most common form. Type 1 is managed with insulin therapy. Type 2 is often managed through weight loss, regular exercise, and a lower carb diet, sometimes along with medication. Same problem, sugar stuck in the blood, but two very different reasons and two very different paths to managing it. Understanding which type you're dealing with is the first step toward managing it well. Because when it comes to diabetes, knowing how it works is half the battle.